Well, a big hello everybody. I'm actually out on my own today, which is a bit strange. Yhana's at school and it's a beautiful day, so I thought I'd take this opportunity to do a little field walking, and I'm going to start in my local woodland. We found lots of Neolithic items in these particular woods, and I've spoken about the site several times in some of our previous videos that we are pretty sure that this site is pretty special, some kind of settlement, I think. And we found some amazing items. I'm going to show you one of them now. We found this a couple of weeks ago. I popped it in my pocket. I actually didn't have my camera with me when I found this item, so I couldn't show you at the time, but it's actually a Neolithic axe, and there it is. Now for me, this is a pretty special item because it's the only axe of this sort that we've found, and it does put our site well and truly in the Neolithic period, but we do have to be a little bit open-minded because some of the tools that we have been finding, I am pretty sure, do predate that Stone Age era. And we have found items which are most likely Mesolithic, some middle Stone Age, and we have found a few Paleolithic items, which is early Stone Age. These Paleolithic items are also quite unique because they resemble Mousterian items, so Neanderthal. So this area that I'm standing in just now has been occupied for at least 100,000 years. And of course it's quite exciting to find a few Neanderthal items, and I'm going to show you those a little bit later in this video, so keep watching. But for now, I'm going to check a few of the ditches because we've had quite a lot of rainfall this last week, and we have found a few arrowheads washed into these woodland ditches by the rain. So hopefully I'm lucky to find another one. And not only that, but some of the wild animals, the badgers, while they're making their holes, they quite often dig out tools, and Yhana and I have actually found a few hammers and a few scrapers quite close to badger burrows. So I'm going to check where the burrows are now and just have a little look to see if anything new has been scraped out of their home. Okay, we're actually just reached where most of the burrows are in these woodlands. These ones don't look like they've been used for a while. There are some fresh ones just over here. In this particular location, I think we're actually at the centre of the settlement. Okay, let's have a little look around here. See if anything interesting turns up. Okay, I'm not too sure if you can see that, everyone, but I've just found this in this mud. This looks bifacial and looks like it's possibly part of an axe or a knife. I won't know for sure until I get home, but I like that. That looks very promising. This just here just looks like a piece of burnt flint, and quite often they are found on Neolithic sites. So I think that item's worth taking back with me, so I can have a proper look. Now just over on the other side of the ditch, I can actually see something which looks quite interesting. I don't know if you guys can see it at home, but I'm going to try and fight my way through these branches to see if I can retrieve it. Oh, there we go. I think we might have a very early scraper. And where I was saying about Mousterian Neanderthal items, this looks like it could be one of those. I'll have a wash up once I've washed this up when we get home. We can have a proper look. Okay, I'm just going to brush off a few of these leaves here just in case there's any small items, some arrowheads or something. Oh wow, bingo. First arrowhead of the day. And that's quite a nice one. You can see that's actually been worked around the edge there. It's quite an early shape. It's nice. Oh wow, that's cool. Got a knife. Possibly another arrowhead, I'm not 100% sure. We've got something here as well. I don't think that's anything. We've got an entirely lithic instrument there. These little tiny pieces quite often were used during the Middle Stone Age, during the Mesolithic period. Oh, nothing like getting down and dirty in a ditch, guys. I've got my finds back. I've given them a good old wash, and we're just going to go through them now and have a little look at the items we've found today. So we've got pretty much everything I found on that little trip are scrapers. So we've got a scraper there. This is a particularly nice scraper actually, because you can actually, I don't know if you can see that, you can see the ripples from where this was napped from the larger piece of flint, and just here you can see the bulb of percussion, which is where the hard stone hit the flint, and it's got quite an interesting patina on the reverse, and the cortex is still present on the handle, which is where you'd hold the actual scraper there. We've got a Neolithic ore. These are quite common finds, especially on this particular site we've been looking at. There's another scraper just there, made with a white flint. A very small piece of arrowhead here, very early. They kind of improved in shape as they went along, and this is quite an early piece. Got a sanding stone or grinding stone. Again, that's been taken from a core of a rock, and I've got several pieces which we found quite similar. Some of the other ones are actually probably better examples, to be honest with you. They're completely flat. This is the bifacial tool that I found near the badger burrows. So I think that's some kind of knife. Again, Neolithic in period. We have a sickle. Not the best one we found. A small thumb scraper. It's quite likely that this might actually be a Mesolithic tool. It's quite after Mesolithic, during the Mesolithic era, the tools were actually very small. And we have another scraper just there. And this is kind of a hooked scraper here. We found a couple of these. So you've got the handle there, and it kind of hooks around there, so I guess you would scrape along in that direction, and it's flat on the bottom. And this is the burnt piece of flint, which is quite interesting. So I'm going to do a little bit of research on this, because burnt flint is quite often found on Neolithic sites. But until I can tell you a little bit more about it, I need to have a little bit of research and find out a few things myself. Now these two items here are much older. It's quite likely this might be a Mousterian scraper. So an object from the Neanderthal period. And like I said earlier in the video, we have found a few Neanderthal items, and I'm going to show you those amongst a few photographs at the end of this video. And quite a chunky scraper there. Again, most likely a Mousterian in origin, so a Neanderthal scraper. There we go, guys. Last of all, before I say goodbye to everybody, I'd just like to show a few other little items that Yhana and I have found quite recently. And here they are, just here. I put them up on the bookshelf because they're particularly nice items. This is an incredible hammerstone. Out of all the hammerstones we found, this has to be my favourite. That's almost a perfect sphere. And we've got another hammerstone here. There's actually been quite a bit of research done on these particular stones, and there's been a lot found in the Highlands in Scotland. And I can drop a link into the description of this video so you can go and have a little look at one of the articles written about these particular hammerstones. There's a nice biface Paleolithic axe just here. Highly polished. And again, one last time, that very nice axe head which I showed earlier in the video. Definitely my favourite axe which we found. Okay everyone, that pretty much concludes today's episode, so hope you enjoyed it, and Yhana and I will see you all soon. Bye for now.